You're down, coach. The stairs. It's like Southwest, you gotta get here early. I gotta see. Probably on that. We'll call our January 12th, 2021 Town of Windermere meeting to order. 6:01. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And for our invitation. Father, tonight I pray for your peace upon our divided nation, that we will each seek first to understand each other, and that we all lead by example. I pray for our democracy, that those who choose to represent us, leadership, fairness, and integrity. I ask for your safety and blessings upon all those who take an oath to protect our town, our communities, our nation, both here and abroad. For public forum tonight, we have one individual that signed up, Ms. Brandy Haynes, 885. Okay, Brandy, would you like to speak now? Sounds good.
Brandy Haynes, Brandy Haynes, 835 Oakdale Street. I just would like, even though it's not on the agenda, for us to get an update on what's happening. Bessie project has been withdrawn. I know the RFQs were supposed to come back yesterday, so I was curious if they did and what we found out.
Well, yesterday we did the groundbreaking for the new facilities. Robert, do you have a brief update for that?
Yeah, the RFQs did come back. I might say one RFQ came back from Kimberly and Associates. Even though we did advertise on the demand star and every other outlet, we received one response.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. And obviously, we'll be putting more out as we go.
Yeah, the next step will be to negotiate an idea with KTA and then bring it back for the town council people at the February meeting.
I'll just double check. Any additional comment from those who are here? We have no special proclamations or awards, but I do want to thank everybody, staff, council, press, and all the residents, others who attended the grand groundbreaking yesterday for our town facilities. It was very nice, great weather. Certainly excited about it, and we look forward to having you on. Let's just call it a party. Finally get you over there. Council, I do have one request from staff tonight, and that is for resolution 2021-01 to be allowed onto the new agenda. I'd like to get your consent to that prior to moving on to old business. Robert, do you have any comment on this?
Yeah, this would be authorization for the town manager to enter into the agreement for the federal grant for the local mitigation strategy of the HMGP for the Bessie Basin project. The other two that were signed and executed, they accepted the fact that our charter gives me the authorization to sign that agreement. But for some reason, the third agreement, they wanted us to go ahead and do a resolution, even though the last two previous letters and our charter allows them to go ahead and execute those agreements. So you don't want to poke the bear too much. So in an abundance of caution, and want to make sure that we're in line with what you wanted. Staff would ask that the town council authorize me the ability to execute this federal grant, and then knowing that everything else after that point does come back to council, so we're not usurping anything from council authority.
I'll make a motion. Add resolution 2021-01. All right, so we have a motion. Do we have a second? Second from Mr. Williams. Any discussion, council? This is just for adding it onto the agenda. Seeing none, begin voting with Councilperson Andrew.
Aye.
Yeah, you go next, Andy. This is new.
All right, aye.
Aye. All right, so we will add that to our new agenda. Thank you, council. Appreciate your flexibility there. Next up is our consent agenda. Item A is our 2021 vote processing equipment use agreement and election services contract for municipal elections. Obviously, you only have one item tonight, so we'll approve our entire consent agenda at one time. Do we have a motion for approval?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve. Second. All right. So we got the motion was from Mr. Martini.
Correct.
And the second was from Councilperson. Council, any discussion? Seeing none, begin voting with Councilperson Martini.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, council. That carries unanimously. Next up, under new business, we have our town council meeting minutes December 8th, 2020. Looking for a motion to approve.
Motion to approve. Motion to approve.
Councilperson McKinley, second. Second, Councilperson Andrew. Any discussion, council? Begin voting with Councilperson Andrew.
Aye.
Council. Appointments. Ways Committee appointment for Ella Brinkerhoff. Ways Committee recommends approval. Do we have a motion to approve, council? Motion to approve. Motion to approve. Councilperson Andrew. Aye. Second, from Councilperson Andrew. Any discussion? Begin voting with Councilperson Martini.
Aye.
Contracts and agreements, Town of Windermere and HJ High Construction Company. This is for a guaranteed maximum price, GMP, contract for the new town facilities of $4,768,662. We will have John Fitzgerald and staff present.
Yeah, we do have John on Zoom, but again, HJI was selected through a competitive process. The negotiations took over several months for the actual contract price. The price did come back over what was originally anticipated and budgeted for. A lot of that was due to the fact that the prices that were originally estimated were 3 years old. So again, the CPI costs did increase. There is $100,000 in contingency for the vendor and $55,000 for the contingency for the town of Windermere. In addition to that, two things that did add to the cost was ballistics in the lobby, that was $15,000, and then the upgrades for the HVAC system was about $40,000. Finally, tonight, we can absorb the overages in this fiscal year budget and next fiscal year budget as well. The only things that we may have to hold on would be the big event management plan, which is $70,000, and then based on current staff changes and retirements, we'll absorb the balance of that. So we have no problems with not only the price, but no problems with recommending that we go with HJ High.
All right, thank you, Robert. Council, any questions for staff? All right. Council, we have a motion to approve. Motion to approve. Motion to approve. Councilperson McKinney. I'm looking for a second.
I'll second.
Second, Councilperson Martini. Council, any further discussion? I just want to appreciate John, Mr. Withers, Robert. They really put pen and paper basically as long as being in the state business, verify prices on just numbers, right? But I really appreciate the rest. All right. that we have found you have a good payment management before you get impacted by a storm, your recoupment goes way up for any damages. And includes those damages from temporary. We should just keep an eye on that and discuss it if we're able to afford it.
Yeah, with the minimal amount of paved roads that we do have, in fact, that we do have a pavement management plan already in place, our I believe the PCI index or PMI index is through the roof. Nobody in Florida can compare to it. I think we're almost in the 90s, if not, we are in the 90s. So by delaying it 1 year, it's not really going to have any negative impacts, especially with the fact that we're going to be redoing West 2nd Avenue, that number just get higher.
And you're right, it won't impact that. Where we've been able to make it work is if you have your pavement management plan done prior to the storm, then you do one 3 months after the storm. It just takes all the debate and project worksheet work out of that because it's it's just cut and dry. So it can help us in the end. It's just something to consider. If we can do it, great. If we can't, just want to keep it on radar. Council, any further comments?
And just for general information, the 5.2 that was approved by the vote of the residents, that will not be exceeded. Anything that goes over that will we handle in-house, correct?
Absolutely. There's not going to be any increase in any assessments, any taxes. Everything can be absorbed in this fiscal year, next fiscal year budget.
Right. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Any further comments, Council? All right, seeing none, we'll begin with Councilperson Martini. Aye.
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 Thank you, Council. Motion carries unanimously by just 0. Next item is number 1, and that is the Town of Windermere HJ High Construction Company guaranteed maximum price contract ad hoc for new public works shop facilities at $394,327. Robert, will you present?
Yes, with the original cost estimate and concept plan, ADG did not factor in the actual public works shed. That's the area where we store the vehicles, and we also have the shop, so on and so forth. So when we found this out and found out that it wasn't part of the bond as well, we wanted to make sure that we kept everything separate because you can't tie in the costs into the bond itself. So that's why we need to do an addendum to the first agreement to make sure that we technically have 2 agreements. One is for town facilities, and the second is for the actual public works shed. We've already anticipated that cost in this fiscal year, so we budget 50% of that cost, and we'll be budgeting 50% in the next fiscal year as well.
Construction schedule? Construction schedule, sorry.
It'd be the same. It'd be 12 months with liquidated damages after substantial completion of $1,000.
You can cross it over the years.
Yes.
Thank you. Council, any questions for Robert? We have a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve from Councilperson McKinley. Do we have a second? Second from Councilperson McKinley. Any discussion, Council? Further questions? Seeing none, begin voting with Councilperson Andrew.
Aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries 5-0. All right, let's get building. Good day. Next up is a man-hour and fee estimate for Orange County Utilities, OCU. Water main improvements. These are for West 2nd Avenue and Michael Door Engineering. This is cost of this item is $20,020. Are you guys going to present, or you already talked to everybody?
No, it was basically it wasn't really an oversight. It wasn't really part of the original plan was to resize, reshape, refit, and to accommodate what the weights in the master plan had for West 2nd Avenue. Now that we have that, we can go ahead and move forward with implementing that portion. But by implementing that portion, it does increase the design costs of $20,020. As we've recently learned, Orange County Utilities is starting to get really into the weeds of a lot of the projects that we're doing.
And does this set us up or impact or change our water master plan? We already approved anybody, or does it fit right into that?
It fits right in with that plan.
Council, any questions? Fire hydrants and everything. sorry, I didn't mean that. But building fire hydrants and everything, I assume, just according to the plan, yes.
Yes, sir. We're working on exactly the locations where those fire hydrants are going to be. We want to make sure that we establish where the ISO rating is going to be the best. And we actually are working with the residents that own the cul-de-sac at the very end, working an agreement with them, because that's going to be a dead end line, and we're going to have to do a blow off into that as well.
Okay. All right, council. Any further questions for staff? Seeing none, we have a motion to approve. Motion to approve. Motion to approve from Councilperson McKinley. You have a second, council.
Second.
Second from Councilperson Sack. Been quiet over here, please. Any further discussion, council? Begin voting with Councilperson Martini.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, council. Motion carries. Our next option up is the resolution 2021-01 discussed earlier and added to the agenda. Robert, do we need a reading on this or anything?
Just we need to read the title.
Okay. Resolution 2021-01, the Town Council for the Town of Windermere, Florida, delegating signatures for authority to the Town Manager for federal grant. Whereas, as specified in Section 8-02 of the Charter of the Town of Windermere, the Town Manager is the Chief Executive and head of the administrative branch of town government. This has two sections and gives signature authority and ratification of our prior acts that council has taken. Council, any questions, comments?
No, I would like to make one point that for anyone that's going to be reading or listening to any of this, this is signature authority for projects that have been already approved by town council. So it's not giving blanket signature authority to the town manager. These projects are already approved. This needs earlier.
Thank you, Councilman McKinley. That's an excellent point. And also all of the authorities and limitations that Robert normally has as town manager, still remain and council can see anything else and come back for us. More of a technicality, but it does allow us to move forward. Council, any further questions, comments? All right, do we have a motion to approve? Motion to approve. Motion to approve. Councilperson McKinley, do you have a second?
Second.
Second from Councilperson Eater. Any further discussion, council? Seeing none, begin voting with Councilperson Eater.
Aye.
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 Motion carries unanimously. Council. And that brings us 6:18. See, how's your Wi-Fi stop out? You okay? Good. This brings us to mayoral and council liaison reports. I've already reported out. We had an excellent groundbreaking. I thank all staff and residents and council who attended. It was a really nice event. And again, we look forward to a fantastic grant. It was very nice to see the German family there as well. And they were very, as always, they're so gracious and, just extended families for our town. So we're glad they were there. Any other further council reports? All right, quiet tonight.
Make sure you get your trees.
I'm so sorry.
The trees, make sure you get your trees.
Yes, absolutely. Great opportunity to get your trees from those trees because, these water oaks, they're at their life cycle. So we start to lose those. So it's really up to us and the tree board. We're appreciative of all their efforts. We need to make sure that we are replacing these trees with things that are indigenous and work for us and try to plant them in the right place, not like me under the power line. Got my hands wet.
That'll be from 9 to 2 for anyone who's looking for their free tree. 9 to 2 this Saturday over here at the overflow parking lot at 5th and Forest. And you're entitled to one free tree if you're a Town of Windermere resident. If there are extras, as there have been in other years, I believe that those will be offered to town residents first for purchase.
All right. Thank you very much. Councilperson McKinley. Sorry.
On the 15th of December, the Elders Committee had another virtual meeting, I guess, but we delivered meals to the residents. It was very well received, and I believe we ended up with a total of 72, with some of those coming on the day of delivery. But it was great. The interaction with the elders was absolutely fantastic. Some of them have been cooped up for months on end. So just to have someone that they could stand a little ways from and talk to and get a good hot deal was very much appreciated. So big thanks to everyone that was involved with it and all the members of the elders committee.
I was just thinking, getting real food, right? Not virtual.
Real quick, yeah. The meeting was virtual.
So do we have a list of all those folks?
Huh?
Did you have a list of the folks that you visited?
Yes.
And I'll tell you what I was thinking, because we may want to make sure we get out the vaccine information. Because they would most likely all be eligible. So I don't know if you guys included that or not. But good thought.
Well, we included information from the police department and the church when we passed out some information to them, but that's a great idea. We're looking at having one possibly in February.
Yeah, give them uncooped hopefully, so that would be great. Thanks. Thank you for all your efforts on that and the efforts of the entire committee. Councilperson Martin, how does it go?
Thank you, Mayor. The DRB didn't meet this month, but I just wanted to add a note about the Windermere Wine and Dine event that's coming up on March 6th. It's called Music Among the Lakes. It's kind of an alternate, since we could not have the wine and dine this year due to COVID. Tickets are on sale. If you go to the Windermere Wine and Dine website, we'll be selling 8x8 squares, basically, or we're calling them booths, four persons to a booth, and tickets went on sale a couple of days ago. We are donating 25 of the booths to first responders for them to attend the event for free. So if you know a first responder who you would like to recommend for that, please call CTL or me or anybody else that's on the wine and dine committee. So it should be a great event. It's at the Pines Camp Down. Outside, it's going to be the Orlando Philharmonic Orchestra. It should be really nice.
Be really cool, and I know there are still some tickets available as well, so that's it. Thank you, Councilperson Martin. Anything else?
Just curious, and it's something you can think about, maybe with water or something, but long range planning. You guys have any ideas of something put in front of them before putting the stormwater projects from us that come along, or opinions and stuff to bring to council, but if there's anything you can think of, give something to do. Actually, your meeting grand drive, so
I actually have an idea. See if Robert knows what I'm thinking. Any work on boathouses?
It's going so
Be
well.
careful what you ask for.
It's going so well until that last one.
Is that,
Perfect meeting.
would that be LRP or HPV? I know a lot of people are going to want to get their input into that.
I mean, personally, I feel that probably just start more in Parks and Rec.
Probably. All right. I was just trying to throw you a grenade. That's all. No problem. Thanks. I can't leave that joke now, can I? Thank you. See you soon. I appreciate it. I agree. All right. Any further council reports? All right. I'll go to staff reports. Robert.
Number one, Happy New Year, everybody. Second of all, I sent over the self-evaluation. The evaluations are due in February, so we have them ready for the March town council meeting. We'll be beginning tomorrow night a town Q&A. It's pretty much open to any subject related to the town. I know I did post it on my social media sites. My friends are giving me a hard time about trying to figure out what questions to ask me, but it's got to be town related. It's going to be at 7 o'clock tomorrow night, and I'll be doing this after each and every town council meeting that we have on a monthly basis. Again, it's another way to get the information out to town residents, and the reason I did it at 7 o'clock is again, between 5 and 7, it's usually a busy time for a lot of residents when they're trying to get kids, just works and so forth. So, and it's also before the primetime networks are starting to show their local TV shows. So hopefully I'm able to get some good information on that. We will be having a workshop on the 4th Tuesday of this month. That workshop will be Sole purpose would be to discuss the pedestrian bridge. We did do a public outreach in December, and we did a survey as well, so we got some good information on that. Hopefully we can move forward with an actual design of the pedestrian bridge. And I just got word that there will not be a TRP meeting this month.
Okay. Did we get feedback from the survey? Did we get any good traction on that for the bridge?
I believe we had 12 responses. So
Right.
it was basically the same responses we received from the actual meeting that we had with residents.
Okay. So there's still time?
The survey is closed, but there's still time during the workshop for public comment or for them to reach out to the elected officials to let them know what selection as far as the color, the look, style.
It's going to be really cool. So
it's down to 2 styles, and they're pretty close as far as the amount of numbers. I think it was like 60-40.
Okay, perfect. All right, Chief Ogden.
Real quick, just want to make you guys aware that we're pretty short staffed right now. We're one down, as we know. We're hiring somebody who's not coming on until March. We have one that's going into the hospital pretty soon. We have one that's out on leave right now due to family death, and in anticipation, Mark's going to be retiring. So it's going to be pretty slim for us for the next couple of months. So just want everybody to be aware of that. We see a little bit short personnel. We've got everything covered, but it'll be good. Also, just as a quick reminder, please let me know for the appreciation ceremony that's set for February 26th at 2 p.m. It's going to be outside here. We'll make sure we set up that right. But we're going to limit the number that we have there due to COVID and also due to the sensitivity of the event that we're having as well. So, with the exception of me that's here, I'm not going to actually invite anybody else.
That's fair. Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you for the leadership on that as well. And you know, I know all of us send our deepest condolences to Sergeant Long and his family. Please pass that along. I knew you all reached out, but think of everything we can do. Councilor Ramos.
Happy New Year, everyone. No news is good news for me, right?
I think so. Generally speaking. Dorothy, any town clerk items?
Qualifying has closed. We will have an election. We have 4 people running for 3 spots.
4 people running for 3 spots. All right, good. Looking forward to a robust election.
We will be setting up a candidates night and get that information out as well.
Council, anything further for the good of the order?
Yes. I'd just like to circle back. There's actually 2, just want to verify that the 2 p.m. on Friday the 26th.
Yes.
For that.
Yeah, I think the original data sound was different, but we had to switch it around.
Okay. And then Robert, I'd like to circle back to Ms. Haynes' question about the Bessie Street improvement as far as the designs and the samples that we'll be seeing. Are we going to be seeing that anytime soon? Are we going to have time to review that and discuss it with the residents prior to the next council meeting or whatever the designs will be submitted?
The ideas that were previously submitted for the do not exceeds, that'll be the mirror image of the ones that you'll probably be seeing in February for approval, which included the 40% and then moving to 100%. And included in that is going to be the public outreach programs, because right now there's not a design, it's just concepts.
Right.
But yes, it will be involved in not only the public, but also the town council, because we're not going to move forward after that 40% unless we have your blessing.
Okay, good, thank you. I just want to make sure those baby steps are delineated so that everybody's aware of where we're at on this project.
Absolutely.
Very sensitive. Thank you.
We will make sure we pump that out. Council, anything else for the good of the order? Seeing nothing, we're adjourned at 6:29.